Let's get into game week, is where we like to kind of focus, and the slight shift of emphasis whenever it's coming up to the most important day of the week, which is game day, obviously. So as a coach in the run up to that, what's your key focuses in coming up to the match? Do you shift slightly away from detail and maybe just slightly move towards a more emotional emphasis? And how does that differ between sevens and 15s?
Yeah, good question. I think the way I would approach the game week is that I think that when not the focus is ever on the team, but it is on that aspect of the players and where they're at. And I think the input from them is really important, because as a coach, we could be feeling a certain way, but unless you have that awareness of actually how your team are playing and your individuals are feeling, if they don't marry up, then you could be actually pushing in the wrong area. And so I think it's really important that you do have that awareness to state and understand that, so that you can position the team exactly where they want to be within what you're looking for. And so, because yes, you can go over a game plan, you can kind of put the icing on the cake in training and stuff, but really knowing where they are at and that they're ready for it, that their mind is on the game and that they're ready to perform, I think is really important. And I think that obviously the difference between 7 and 15s is in sevens, you've got a different balance because you've got 6 games over a whole weekend. And so there's a different flow to your preparation.
You can't
Obviously
maintain
in 15,
you can't maintain that emotional high like
no,
at 6
exactly.
different points in the weekend.
You've got to have that time in the week where you do just take time out and step away, because it builds and builds. But then during the course of the weekend, you play your game, and then you've got to take that complete time out as well and just switch off, recover quickly, and then switch back on, because if you're constantly up, it just drains you too much. And I think that's probably the difference between the other side with the 15s game. You've got that ability to pray, and then you know that it's an 80-minute battle, and then you can switch off again afterwards. So it's a different preparation method. But in terms of how the players I would react with the players and interact with the players is fairly similar in terms of, if I know that they're comfortable, I think you can design the training around that. You don't need to push things too much. And I think as coaches often, it can be very easy to overtrain in certain areas, and getting that balance is really key.